Princess Kate has owned up to editing a family photo that was released by the palace on Mother's Day. The admission, however, has seemed to create more questions than answers. Joining us live now is the royal editor of the Daily Mirror, Russell Myers. Russell, good to see you this morning. So, Kensington Palace, limited on details, so it's left to us to fill in the gaps. So, what on earth is going behind the scenes?
Well, morning, Peter. Well, gosh, it's been a wild 24 hours or so. I mean, after we had this lovely image, or seemingly lovely image provided by the palace of Kate and her three children, you know, the wheels absolutely fell off because the world's biggest photography agencies were pulling it from their libraries, issuing kill notices, saying it was manipulated. Then obviously we had the palace no comment overnight on Sunday here in the UK. And then sort of they woke up to a complete furore. And, you know, we've had this sort of mea culpa statement from Princess Kate today, admitting to making the images, the editing. And, you know, it's gone from bad to worse from them. I think the biggest question for the palace is why nobody thought to have a couple of eyes on this picture and maybe say, you know, Mom, I think we've had a bit too much editing on this one.
Yeah, so who's to blame for it? Is it Kate or has she been thrown under the bus here, Russell?
Well, I suppose she's made the statement herself, hasn't she? She's the one who's come out and said, "Listen, hands up. You know, it was me. I did make the editing. It's something that I dabble in on occasion." But I think the palace has a lot to answer for. I mean, Kate is just recuperating for her abdominal surgery. She's been in hospital recently, still recuperating at home. But why nobody at the palace thought to have a closer eye on this image? You know, it has been seen tens, if not hundreds of millions of times around the world. And it's a litany of errors here. It's been hastily put together by a woman who isn't back at work. She's trying to put a nice photo out of her kids, but it's unfortunately backfired spectacularly tonight.
So all this photo fail has done is really put a can of fuel on conspiracy theories, Russell. So let's get to a few of them. Depending on what you've heard, is her marriage in trouble?
Well, I think, you know, the palace hit out at the madness of social media last week, and they were sort of questioning about, you know, the internet sleuths getting their sort of sleeves rolled up and diving into sort of the whys and wherefores of where she is. Listen, I don't think that any of that is worth talking about. I think that the fact that she wasn't wearing her wedding ring is just might have been a case of her doing the washing up. She may have been in hospital for an appointment. We just don't know. And it's pretty unhelpful, isn't it, then, where a woman is just recovering from an operation in hospital and having to be having everyone pore over these images. But, you know, the issue should lay squarely with Kensington Palace. And unfortunately, Kate's been sort of dragged into this sorry mess.
Yeah, well, another suggestion is that the surgery is much more serious than has been made out. Is there any truth to that one?
Well, I think, listen, Kensington Palace have been very, very consistent in their statements. When she was admitted to hospital on January the 16th, they said that she was going to be staying there for a planned abdominal surgery. She was going to be in there for 2 weeks. She came out of hospital just short of that. We weren't going to see her until after Easter. And that, yeah, it's feverish speculation as to where she was, what she was doing, whether she was going to be back. It just isn't helpful at all. So you've got to have some sympathy for Kate. She's sort of caught between a rock and a hard place. Wanted to put this image out there of her and the kids, and as I said, it's a sorry state of affairs for both her and the palace, I think.
So let's close it here. You know, we live in a post-truth world, but the royals had been largely free from all of that. Can we believe them now, whenever something is released?
Well, that's a big question, isn't it? I mean, you know, it's based on trust and relationships. You know as well as I do, the people you deal with every day, and for us as journalists dealing with the palace, and for the people out there who are interested in the royal family, trust is everything. And once you scratch the surface of it all, and it all falls down like a pack of cards, I think they've got a big issue on their hands with this image and this issue at large.
All right, that's the Daily Mirror's royal editor, Russell Myers. Good to see you as always, Russell. We'll chat to you again soon.